Wow. I can't understand this at all. All right, so Jay Slater. Okay, first, good morning, my beautifuls. I know, weird time. I woke up this morning. I've never seen a case like this Jay Slater case in my life. Welcome to 1111 True Crime. Or welcome back. This is a live chat. We're going with it. I'm almost speechless. Like, okay. We all heard when Ayub did his first live, his Instagram live, about the guy Rocky that allegedly was his bunk mate, who up till that point was sleeping in the bedroom the whole time. Remember the whole story Ayub told us was that he said, yeah, go in by my mate and get a charger. He's sleeping. Shh, don't wake him, right? No. Now he gets on an Instagram with a guy named Rocky. And he's alleging that Rocky was sleeping in the car. He has to remind Rocky of what during the conversation. Oh, no, you're in the car, right? Yeah, you were in the car. Also, Ayub refers to Jay's mate, his mate, being there. But then he corrects himself and says, well, my mate. Hi, Karen Bird. How are you? Is it afternoon for you? Hi, Miss Anonymous. How are you guys doing? Let me clear the board here. And good afternoon to you, lovely. So, I don't know why Miss Anonymous isn't showing up on my board, my chat board. You know, a live always goes kind of strange. But, yeah. So, he's now trying to, yeah. Okay, Miss Anonymous says, he's now trying to charge money for the truth. So that implies he said so far is not true. I caught something. So through this entire thing on the first live that Ayub did with Rocky, he made this comment about a video that had been taking place. First of all, it's not a 15-minute drive. No. It's a 50, more like an hour's drive. But Ayub, wasn't messing around. He makes it clear that he made it in 30 minutes. So he's doing double time. Whatever the speed is, he's doing double time to get there. And, you're in the UK. Well, it's so fitting, right? So he makes double time. He's driving around the mountain, and you can see it's a sneaky little whatever road. And it is so narrow. It looks like, at night would be difficult to be taking that corner super fast because somebody could be on your side of the road. But okay. He talked about a video getting filmed. That Jay was filming a video. If I'm understanding this right, Jay was filming Rocky sleeping while Ayub's doing the, snake drive. If Jay's filming it, would he be using his own phone? And if so, how in the world does Ayub have that video? That makes me wonder. And allegedly, Jay's phone was wiped when it was given back. At least that's what the media is saying, reports. Swiped clean, nothing. And if Jay wasn't using his own phone, then Ayub is giving this kid his phone to film Rocky. Jay's phone was wiped clean. Where is that video? How would Ayub have that video, you guys? unless Jay used Ayub'S phone to film it. But if Jay was the one using his own phone to film the guy Rocky, how would Ayub have it? So now Ayub is saying, hey, hi, Cherie Foster. He's recruiting for the next rave. Exactly. Listen, that's why I came on. I like barely got my eyes open when I'm watching how Jay is talking about, if you want that video, he's going to give it to you. Oh yeah, he'll give you the video, he'll give you the truth, the whole story about whole mascot event, everything. It'll all be yours. You just have to go, get affiliated with crypto, whatever, and get on his Instagram and make sure that he verifies you to be a sweetie. That you're sweetie. That's a candy word. Candy word. Okay. Whoever falls for that, really? I kind of do feel like he could be recruiting. That is the best word to use it. They got a lot of attention right now. And it's scary to think that he could be scamming these people out of money. And if they're dumb enough to actually fall for the scam, good Lord, what else are they going to do? Are they going to come to Damascus for a tour? You guys, I'm trying not to freak out how vulnerable I feel people are. Because, listen to me. If the boy fell on his own off the damn cliff and died instantly, who the hell removed his clothes and laid them by him? Or was he, walking around holding all his clothes? Because the media is reporting that his belongings are near him, which all he had was his clothes and his phone. Why would you film someone you don't know sleeping? Right, Nicola? Ugh, that makes absolutely no sense to me. This entire thing is like a bucket of hair. It's just stupid. It's just dumb. I can't wrap my head around the Jay Slater case. I got up today. I'm like, I'm just, here comes the truth train, y'all. I'm just going to peek and see if there was any chance that them two yahoos went live on Instagram. And there it was, Ayub and Rocky, the Bullwinkle show. And I was like, are you effing kidding me? He literally is directing you to go to his Instagram so that he can hook you up with some crypto. Make sure you're all set up. He's going to give you the whole story, the video, everything you need. He talks to a cute girl in a car that resembles, but isn't, Miss Law, right? It's so full of lies. Yes, Miss M.O., it's completely full of lies. Sherry says, hey, Mama D, make some dollars vetting them. That's what he's vetting them for what? Think of all the information that gets handed out of you as you get vetted. You're already signing up to an app that isn't going to have any record of it. And you're going to be talking to someone that got out of the clink, right? After being a leader of the pack in the rug world. So I do feel that this could all be for hype to recruit, to use the Jay Slater case to sling in the next recruits, because think about what they're doing. All right? If this is all true, if most people are believing, and we haven't seen anything to make us believe differently, that there's VIP attached to a weed shop in Tenerife that Ayub works at. And he goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, but he doesn't stay there and work. He travels. He went and served time for trafficking of rugs. He works for a VIP allegedly and is back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Do I need to pave the road for you? Gizmo, Ladybird, haven't seen you in a long time. Peace, lovely, peace. When he said, let me get it up on the board for everybody. Good morning, my beautiful seeking rainbows. Gizmo, when he said Jay's friend, my friend, also when he smiled and the other guy smiled when he said, you were asleep. Smells very fishy. Yeah. That whole, his mate, well, my mate. I asked y'all. I wasn't the only one. I asked my questions a lot because I'm hearing that question. So a majority of people that were worried and concerned about this being a complete BS story about Jay going to Masca just to party, but then everybody goes to bed, but then Jay's found dead. We all asked, who's smoking the cigarette on the stoop with the blanket that Jay had? And then when you hear Ayub'S say something about his mate, well, there's only 3 of them in the car, right? And his, who, Rocky, is what? What? Miss M.O. says, police need to stop the Telegram live tonight and get all photos and videos they have. Agreed. Cherie says, people are asking him how to make money, and the kids know there is money, rugs, and lifestyle in it. Who wears darker glasses inside? Something to hide. See, it always bothers me when someone wears sunglasses and they're not outside in the sun. Like when they do videos with sunglasses. Is it just a publicity stunt? And I'm talking creators. And there's more than one. But anytime they do that, I'm like, okay, they either don't want anybody to know who they are, or they're hiding something, or they're spinning a BS web. And so Rocky, he's touching them glasses all the time. I don't know what that is. I don't feel like Rocky ever was there. I think he's a bought-in friend to play a role. I think the VIP was a Masca. That's my humble opinion. And that's why we didn't hear about it. Because why wouldn't we have heard about Rocky before now? Lord. Rocky looks like he just got himself a day job where he can become a recruiter and be like, yeah, I was up there. I was at Mascot, but I don't know anything. I slept the whole time. Right? Hey, Sue. Good morning to you, or afternoon. We have not seen proper evidence that Jay was at the B&B. Truly, there's nobody. So people are there as guests, moving their vehicles. They don't say they saw Jay. The photo on the steps could be anyone, she says. It could have been Brandon, who the old lady saw and spoke to. And Brandon sure is quiet. It could have very easily been Brandon. It's so... You and I know when this many people are stuck on something, it's because the energies are not lying. There is, in my humble opinion, mischief abroad. From Glasgow, Scotland. Wow, we do get around the world, don't we? Isn't that amazing? Jenna says it's one big setup. His mates know what happened, and in her opinion, he was killed. Gizmo says, who can drink as much as him with the glasses, avoiding saying something. Hey, Tracy. Hello, lovely. They told police Rocky went straight to bed, but on Instagram, he said he slept in the car. Well, and the whole story where Jay was supposed to go in the bedroom by the mates sleeping, was that Brandon sleeping in the bed? Or, no. Would Brandon have been the one in the car? And the VIP and Ayub in the room. So what if they really weren't allowed in that apartment other than just to get that setup photo? Something's weird here. Missy says, or Miss M.O. says, I still believe something happened to Jay before he got to the Airbnb. Leave her wild. Hello, how are you? Hi, Mama D, you're looking fabulous. Love your hair. Aw, thank you, lovely. Yeah, it's called Let's Do a Brush and Get Rolling, because I can't believe that this dude has taken the death of a child, 19, to me a child, to this level that he's like, you want the truth? I can't even understand 90% of what he says. It's like he has a bunch of marbles in his mouth or something, and then he speaks like broken. And it's like he's like, oh yeah, up. Oh yeah, his mate, my mate, yeah. And I'm like, what the hell? So I can't understand that. I'm not able to understand what he's saying. But I darn sure know what Telegram is, and I darn sure know what vetting people is. And he says, you're not going to get the truth for free. And he tells you to get yourself all set up on crypto. And I'm like, so you're the last known person that admittedly saw this human being alive, other than some lady whose husband allegedly is the mayor and only charging $40 a night for that kind of room? I don't know what you call it, but I call it a front. Like a front. Serious. All right. In my opinion. But it doesn't work. Brandon went back to UK as soon as this whole thing was exposed, says Sue. Karen Bird says, have you seen Harsh? They have let a video out of the cliff. He apparently fell off. Yes, I did see that. Well, I saw it on Michelle. Michelle Walks, I believe, or Michelle in the Dark. I'm not sure. Michelle. And the cliff looks so pronounced and clear that, were you running with everything you had and looking backwards to fall off that? And how would your clothes... Okay, whoa. Hold on. The tree coverage that is right there, but the bank, the ground, is way down here. Oh, okay. Let me explain something to you. Let me see. Oh, shoot, I don't have my Kleenexes here. All right, we'll just do it this way. So I want you to think about two things falling. All right. Now, this is all thick canopy. It looks like you could walk out across a green grass yard. No. It goes straight down to where they found Jay, allegedly. Okay. The body, alive or not, okay, plummets. This doesn't. This is too light. That's his clothes. They're not going to fall all the way down and lay next to him. The tree canopy is going to catch all that stuff, like a colander catching the noodles when you make your spaghetti. It's just, we're not stupid. None of this makes sense. They didn't want to tell us where the body was found. We have no proof that's where the body was found. The dogs could have basically tracked from that. Okay, so let's say they had Jay alive. Could happen. All the way up to 4 days before. That way they can get fingerprints. Okay. Now, he starts to become a problem, right? So, done. The night on Sunday night, to me, my visual is them basically walking out there and dropping him down there, and basically they wouldn't even have to go that far. They just have to go where the dogs followed. All right, so now that trail's fresh. The dogs can follow it. But the dogs couldn't follow that path 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. Time's passed, and now the dogs can go right to the cliff that Jay fell off of. They can track him right from the Airbnb right to the cliff. But they couldn't do it any other time before that. You feel me? It's not possible. The scent is only going to get weaker unless Jay had recently, after all these dogs searched, went down that path. Now the dogs can pick up the scent. Would explain the fingerprints. But what do I know? I'm just a girl on YouTube. Sue, no DNA taken from family, and they were not allowed to view his body. Ouch, I have a tangle. Shaz, hello, lovely. Shaz Marie says they threw him off for sure. Leave Her Wild says, I got lost in translation listening to him. He gave me anxiety, and I don't have anxiety. Yeah. Amen. Me too. I was like, I'm going to go live. I've never done a live this early in my entire life. Out of all the time I've been on YouTube, my other channels and everything, never. But when I wake up and the little round dude, because I call him the round dude because his face is a complete perfect circle with just two little white teeth and some beady eyes. Anyway, I'm listening to my phone and I'm like trying to wake up and get my tea, and he's like, yeah, you're not going to get the truth for free. Now, I don't know his accent, but every accent I have goes back to my roots, which is the South, because I'm naturally Southern, but I moved to the North. And anyway, you're not going to get the truth for free. Shaz says, did you see the picture of the dog standing on the edge of the cliff? No way. Did he even attempt it? No way. You guys, going to the ocean? What the hell? He knew damn well. He pulled his map up. There is nothing there. There's nothing there. I pulled it up. I Googled it. It's the photographs alone on his map of where he is allegedly heading has sheer embankments that are over 100 feet straight down into the water with no beach line. It's a volcanic island. There's no way in hell that this kid was like, hey, I could probably call a cab, but why should I? I'd rather walk towards the ocean in a volcanic Tenerife island where I can definitely get lost, break my leg, and die. There's no way I'm going to call a cab. Because I couldn't just go around and wait for a few minutes, till the cab came. There's if you leave Masca and you head down that road, you can go for about, I don't know, maybe a mile. You can walk it. I watched a guy on YouTube walk it. And there's a gift shop full of chairs. You can get water. You can get cigarettes. It's a mile-ish little rest stop. Yeah, a big oval front full of glass. Everything's got railing and it's all walk trail. That's a mile from Masca. It's daytime, but Jay is going to just take off toward the ocean. And no dogs are going to pick up his trail and know where he went until after he's found. And after he's found, they can get the fingerprints, which only are going to last about 4 days. And I know, everybody's going to, you can rehydrate them. They do it to mummies. Do you really think that happened in that short amount of time? They found the body on Monday, and they could identify the body that quick? I doubt it. Why not just use the DNA? The parents are right there. It doesn't make any sense. Hi, Kelly M. Hi, beautiful ladies. Sending love from Belfast, Northern Ireland. Well, I'm so glad I jumped on in the morning. I'll have to do this a couple times, a week, so that we all get to be together. From Newcastle, UK. Much love to you, Maz. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Erna. Something about the cadaver dogs. It kind of looks German. Het Warren cadaver dogs, Mama D. You got to give me English, love. I can't do it. I don't know that language. I'm sorry. Hi, Janice. I was warned off, told to move on. The truth is out. When I said the truth will come out in the end. Don't worry about what other people tell you. Half of them, no less than you. That's the way I look at it. Gizmo. Will we ever find out what clothes were found next to him? If it was sudden death, he would not be able to undress himself unless the clothes were placed there. My ear's itching. Karen Bird says UK police need to take over. Missy, why do I want to call you Missy? Miss Mo says his clothes and possessions would be scattered around. And whose phone got used? Was Jay going to be using Ayub'S phone? Phones are very personal, especially when you're young. Especially if you happen to be in the weed club. You feel my drift? And if you don't have the perfect past, your phone is probably a very private thing. So did Jay film someone on his phone and they have his actual phone? And did they just buy a burner phone that was wiped and give that with Jay's body? You feel me? Like, if it's wiped, how do you even know it's Jay's phone? How do you even know they found Jay at this point? It's just crazy. Debbie, good morning to you. Or good afternoon. The truth is the only thing for free. That's right, because you got to buy your water nowadays. Unless you have a well that's perfect. Sue said as long as they all keep covering up for each other, we will go round and round until one of them slips up. Oh, can't say that, Kelly Lovely. YouTube will get me if I share that. We can't say trafficking and then put somebody behind it. You can just say trafficking, but you can't say anything else or YouTube flags it. Cherie says, it's just so clear. I do believe he lost a bag and that the watch didn't cover costs. He was looking for something on the ground. Also explain why his mom got that message. I believe beach footage is real. You're not alone. There's a lot that believe that beach footage is real. Janice says the time when all the animals were going crazy, which would have been about what? Two and a half? They said, the guy said, down the rabbit hole, 2.5, or down the rapids. Now I'm confused. Down the rapids, right? I could be totally wrong. Don't quote me. Do your own research. He was saying, we had the video. It was 2:30 on, and I think it was Sunday. Well, it would have been Monday morning, really, right? Well, if it is really Monday morning at 2:30, then how would they be out there finding the body in the middle of the night? It's pitch black. That's probably when. Did you see the flies buzz around the Airbnb door, or the Airbnb door of Jay, where Jay allegedly was? And then the dogs now can track him right straight to it. Like, goes from the Airbnb right down the path, right to this little cliff. Jay went down below. When the dogs can't track it, but more time passes, and then the dogs can track it, that in itself tells you the story, in my opinion. Gizmo says, owing to the voice of Lucy saying, where's my bag? It could have been her lost the bag and blamed it on Jay. They threw him off and threw his belongings. Well, I don't think they could throw his belongings. See, I'm telling you, that canopy, his belongings are going to be hung up. You've all had kids that gets their kite, right? And what's a shirt when you throw it in the air? Is it going to fall through all the trees? No. This stuff, all his stuff, his belongings have to get down to this bottom level with Jay and be found alongside of him. Now think about that canopy, right? If it's a 50-foot drop and you've got tree top up here, how would a shirt not get hung up on a branch? Not get hung up on a big pile of leaves. Not pile of leaves, but the branches strung out. But no, magically, all of Jay's belongings fell right with him all the way down and neatly laid near the body, alongside the body. I don't think Jay was there. I don't think the body was there. I think they took something out of Lucy's apartment and they just walked it down there so that the dogs would be like, oh, look, from the Airbnb. Think about it. We don't know what order really they went in. We know they forensically investigated the Airbnb. We know, allegedly, through the cousin that's roommates with Lucy, and this guy was, right? Okay. That Lucy's apartment got searched and they pulled some stuff of Jay's out of there. Okay. Let's reverse this. What if they went to Lucy's first, grabbed some of Jay's stuff? Now, forensically, go investigate the Airbnb and walk Jay's stuff off the cliff. The dogs track it. We say we found the body, but the body really is just simply over here, right? And who knows if it's Jay's at this point. It's definitely got my head. It gives me a migraine early on. Mandy, hello. You said trouble. That beach video has wrong timestamp and year. So you could be right. There's a lot of hoaxes out there, including, having to pay for the truth. If somebody says, I have a story to tell you, but you got to pay me, save it. Save it. It ain't worth it. They don't know jack. Cherie says, he was dead already, in my opinion. Lucy was screaming about him being stabbed. He was wrapped in a blanket in a bag. Also, think down the rapids footage of dogs, goats going off. He had been moved there. A lot of people feel like that. Super sus, right? Mandy also says, I'm interested in seeing the path from the jetty to where Jay was found. How would anybody see Jay down in there? How did they get to a location to be able to see down in there? Can't happen. I don't care who anybody is that says they found Jay Slater. Visually, what were you doing down where Jay was when it's a complete canopy of leaves? You would have to be underneath the canopy, down that low, and all the search teams have been called off. It was an anonymous tip. Hey, let's walk that through a minute, y'all. You're at the park, Natural Healing? I'll see you later, love. Let's walk that little call through. Yeah. Y'all looking for that kid, Jay Slater? All right. Yeah, so I'm at Mascot, and I decided to go for a hike to the ocean, and I went off route looking for Jay, and I've rappelled down a cliff through a canopy, just a random canopy that I just didn't think he'd be there. I rappelled down a cliff, and I'm standing in a place I'm not going to be able to get out of unless I rappel back up, and I found him. Yeah, he happened to be laying right here. Yeah, all his belongings are laying right beside him. That's how I knew it was Jay. Yeah, because his billfold's there with his ID. It looks, yeah. Just want to let you know. Yeah, it was just my luck, I mean, of all the places to pick, it was the one place that I rappelled down, 100-foot place. And, yeah, he was hidden pretty good. No wonder nobody could find him, like the dogs or anything. All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's 2 a.m. About 2:30. Oh, yeah, I found him in the pitch black. Yeah. All right, you have a good day. How'd the call go? How can you be anonymously finding a hidden body that nobody can get to without a helicopter? I can't understand this. Miss M.O. says, I wouldn't trust any of Jay's friends as far as I could throw him. Excuse the pun. That is bizarre. You wouldn't trust any of Jay's friends as far as you could throw him. Excuse the pun. And we have a trust issue in the case with Jay and allegedly him stealing the watch that nobody will confirm. That'd be a big trust issue. And that is often said. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him. That's interesting. Where the boat picks up the hikers. Where are you, Mandy? Let's go back up and see if I can find. I don't know. Cherie says they wanted him found by then as too much heat. Even if Jay's friends wanted to fess up, they would lose their lives dealing with dealers. Look what happened to Jay for losing a bag. Sue Benson, which begs the question, why did it take so long to find him when there were intense searches going on for nearly a month? And y'all, they had the dogs. How is it that the dogs... Okay, so the dog that you're seeing on that little clip that Michelle had, all right, the dog is standing in front of a straight drop-off and a canopy of trees. And you can just see it looks like certain death. There's just nobody walking up that. There's no slide marks. It's just there. Is it very clearly a ledge that goes into whatever. All right. How did the dog track directly from the Airbnb directly to that path like they claim? Because nobody was telling them where Jay's body was found at all. We found him. He was over a steep embankment. He fell and instantly died. So we have, I believe it was I can't keep track. It could be the Dutch, UK, I don't know. This search team comes in to help the family to find out where Jay's body really was. And what did they use? Good old-fashioned German Shepherd dogs. Scent dogs. The dog picked it up at the Airbnb and walked directly, allegedly, straight to the place. But it couldn't be done before Jay was found, but only after he had been found could the dogs pick up the scent. That's a big problem, y'all. Let me clear the board, get caught up a little bit. Mandy says, in the sudden paint refresh of the walk, change of pot plant, and no doorbell, yet Ayub'S said a couple buzzed to get the car moved. Flies and paint. You know, white paint is used a lot, like kills. It's called KILLZ. To cover up things that happen, right? So what really took place in that Airbnb? Why are there flies? Why are the dogs able to track Jay's scent from that location directly to where he was found when that couldn't happen before? I think my chat thing is broken, y'all. Hold on, because I can see, like, I can't find, let me move it. Boom. Miss MO, have you seen the review Ayub'S left for the Airbnb? No. Oh my gosh. Hey, mate, is a beautiful here. I don't know. Miss Anonymous, it's odd they found him right after the Euro 24 finals. Boom. You get a gold star. And they need to wrap this up, right? Mandy Rayner, the hiker's trail from the village goes right down to a beach cove where boats pick them up. Unless he took the path and pushed off. I know everybody wants to believe that, but, I mean, he was allegedly on the phone with his friends, alleged friends. Still, it wouldn't work for the dogs. The dogs are not picking up Jay's scent until after the boy is found. You can't have the horse before the cart. That's not how crimes work normally. We're not going to normalize that. If the dogs did not pick up with that many certified dogs, search and rescue teams, guiding their dogs all over that entire mountainside, and they could not pick up Jay's scent, but yet it was clear 29 days later enough to be picked up and taken right to the spot. Something's wrong there. just off. Off. They wanted him decomposed to hide stab wounds, fall, covers, broken bones, etc. Could be. Could very well be. Why would the mayor not vet anyone, have the CCTV from around any area? So much involved around crooked police. Well, when there is no CCTV footage, doesn't always mean they didn't have it. Mandy Rayner says, people say the theories are way out, but when you consider the rug business is billions, what wouldn't they do to protect their business? I'm telling you right now, I do not believe that Rocky was the other guy. Maybe Rocky was there and slept in the car the whole time, and the VIP was the one in bed. Maybe there was 3. His mate could have been Rocky's mate, but it would have been Ayub'S mate too. It would almost have to be Jay's mate when he says his mate. It's just so weird. I don't get it. Karen says, was there any rain? Full, and this time ascent would be weak. 2 rains, light. At least that's what I heard. It's strange 2 knives were missing as well. Now, we don't know if 2 knives were missing. Ayub claimed that the detective said Jay had 2 knives. We have no detective saying Jay had 2 knives. The only thing was that little Snapchat, if you will, or alleged message with one of the friends saying Jay took a knife or took some knives because he was scared. So if Jay was, okay, let's walk this through a minute. If Jay was going up there to make a deal, whether it was a watch or rugs, whatever, get in the club, I don't know. So let's say Jay did do that. Let's say he took some knives. He's actually scared. He can't go back there. Then it really leads me to question, why would rug dealers even pay a kid if he's all alone up there when they're kind of not on the up and up in the first place? You know what I mean? Like, let's just take him back, tell him we got the money, and then we can have the goods and get rid of the kid. And we keep the money and the jewels. And could that be why he won't talk about the watch? Because they got the watch, but they didn't have to pay for it. Because he likes to tell you, you're not going to get the truth for free. Because it's all about the money. It's all about money. Mandy says, I said from the start, there has never been circling birds of prey over the mountains, and the island is famed for these birds, and they live in the caves. I've been saying that too. I hear ya. Yeah, my chat's not working right. Sam R. said unless he took the path and pushed off. Why would Jay go that way? I just can't. Mandy says, in a video, Ayub slips in a conversation when he said, who had a charger? So it sounds like 3 men, 2 drove up, Jay, and 1 already in the B&B. So it could be. Oh, that could very well be. So you get the VIP in the bed, that shall never be named. Now we're going to call him Rocky. No, I think it's still the VIP in the bed. Why would they protect Rocky? So they got the VIP in the bed. They got Rocky and Ayub swinging by the VIPs to see if he wants to buy a watch. But he's crashed. We're going to have to wait till the VIP wakes up. Meanwhile, these two get into a conversation that Jay could have heard. Like, yeah, hey, we're just going to lift the watch and lose the luggage, right? And Jay's like, oh, shit. And he takes off, right? Even then, he's not going to go taking down that mountain place that those people know the trail better than him. Nor is he going to go off into God knows what on a volcanic island. Because he knows. He'd been driving there. He can see its horrific drops that go into nothingness. So, is it like he didn't get away? Sue is asking, is the VIP potty paper? Potty paper. Oh, Lord. Is it potty paper? Makes you wonder. Allegedly, he owns the weed shop that Ayub works at, and allegedly, him and Lucy, well, Lucy was mentioned in trying to acquire the business off of a Jamaican guy. Remember? So, yeah. Yeah, you're right, Miss Mo. But Ayub slipped up and said in his life that Jay's mate's asleep, then switched it to his friend. Sarah says, would you think they got Jay's belongings and made a scent mark up the trail on the 27th? Yes. Maybe not the 27th. Is that the day it was found? Mandy says, I think Jay stole from someone important, maybe Potty Papy, and keep the mules in line. Did they make Jay an example of what happens if you cross them? Well, and I don't know if any of those texts between Lucy and Chloe were real. But it was weird. One of them talked about how Brad can't sleep. He has nightmares ever since he's seen what happened to Jay. It blows my mind. Maria says, a reply on Top Level channel at 5 a.m. on the June 17th, 2024, Jay was taken in a car with two men to an Airbnb, Quasium and another man. They stopped for a drink at 5:30 a.m. near Bronco Juan Lopez. That could be where they were like, see ya. Could be. Hi, Ocean Steep. Welcome to 1111 True Crime. If he was taken, wouldn't they put him in the boot, save being seen? But do they really think? I mean, they seem to be pretty cheerful and don't seem to have to worry about nothing. So it kind of feels like they think they get this. They must have a get out of jail free card now. I don't know. It just makes you wonder. Me too, Mandy. She says, I feel the B&B owner lied about seeing him. Me too. Ocean Deep says, I'm not sure I believe this Rolex story. Gizmo says, I think Jay, if he ever went to the B&B, may have been told by Lucy to go the wrong way so he could be picked up by the nefarious people, as it would be quiet going uphill. But Jay allegedly had a map too, and I mean, if you've got a map, you can see the terrain. That's what people are not understanding. You can pull the map up and literally see the terrain and zoom in. You can see. And he had that up before he was talking to Lucy, according to Brad. Sue says, what the hell are a bunch of rug dealers and wrong-uns been doing up in the mountains anyway, unless they were hiding something? Well, if you own a weed shop, maybe you own a little villa, right? But you don't want people to know it, so you paid $40 for the night. Gizmo, also the footage of the white car on that road and someone getting in. That is wild. If we knew the date, right? For all we know, that could have been 10 years ago. But it's sure weird. Sarah Grimm says belongings with him are from them making a scent for the dog. Amen. Maria, which is very near two abandoned homesteads that showed signs of, oh, I can't say that word on YouTube, any of that. In fact, unfortunately, YouTube's not gonna. Yeah, hold on, Maria. We can't have that. We can't have any of those words on YouTube. We have community guidelines for families, and even though we're true crime, we still have to follow that. Mandy says the mountains, he has the weed shop. How do you know that the mountains aren't where supply arrives? You know? Just asking. Cherie says Jay lost his man bag at the club. He was seen with it in the pics hanging draped over his body. At the end, he didn't have it. See pics of Rave. He lost it and owed a lot. Watch didn't cover it, in my opinion. Miss Anonymous, the other person, Johnny whatever, is connected to the politicians. I can see a cover-up. Well-known rapper with a watch fetish. I told y'all. Potty papy. Sarah says there's a picture of someone tied up in a white car. Ayub review of B&B, June 2024. Thank you, Roman, and your cleaner, Alva. You have been good to me while I stayed at your Airbnb. Muchas gracias again. I bet that was the cleaner that talked, right? Even though they say that her name is this and she's the owner and all that. It's probably Alva, whatever her name is. Yeah, Mandy. Supply and the B&B as cover. A front, yeah. Right. Why would people of that level want to bring back a 19-year-old kid when you're going directly to bed and leave him up when he's off his face and y'all are just going to crash and leave your watch or whatever you have out? It doesn't work. Those kind of people, they are very territorial, in my opinion. I say those kind of people, I'm talking rug dealers. They're very territorial, in my opinion. They're paranoid about people stealing. They're very private. They want to keep their shite to themselves, and they want to lay low. And that's why I don't think we ever heard the VIP's name yet. You know? Right. Did Roman and Alva do the white paint job too? Yeah, so he's been there before. Well, sure, he's been there before. I'm telling you, that's somebody's little villa. You know what I'm saying? Like when they're in town. All right, my lovely Luz. I appreciate your time with me today. Only bad people invited to his. Did Roman and... okay, I did say that. They went back to carry on partying. They went straight to bed. That's what Ayub'S said. Right? So, let's talk for just a minute here. It just bothers me. The whole thing that we would have to pay for the story to get the truth of what really happened to a 19-year-old kid that's found dead. And the person is one of the last people known to have seen him alive. And that's okay? Is he recruiting people? I mean, if they're dumb enough to do that, where they're going to call in, get the crypto, and pay the guy for the truth, what else are they falling for? Is it recruiting for the next rave? Be like, hey, come on with us. They're getting too much exposure, I think, and I just added to it, right? But be careful out there. Keep your wits about you. The strangest crap is going on in the world right now. I do want to bring this up. There are earthquakes happening in the southern United States that normally don't happen. We also have Hawaii's having earthquakes. There's mild earthquakes going on, as always, near California. But we're getting some earthquakes in some weird places. Yellowstone had a geyser blow up. It wasn't an earthquake. It was like a plugged valve that went off and people went running, and they made a big deal out of that. But there is definitely more seismic, if you will, activity in stranger places in the last month or so. I find it interesting that is going to trigger a whole bunch of fear. We've had an assassination attempt, right? That triggers fear. This is what happens. And I'm not political, but I will tell you, this is factual. All this kind of stories like this all start happening at election time, every time. All of a sudden, we have mass hurricanes. The earth starts cracking. We got people running over parade people with their cars. It just gets absolutely crazy. And it's all about fear, right? And so what I'm going to ask you to do today is to shut your national media off. Maybe even get off your phone, even though I'd like you to view my video first. And just take a minute, back like when we were in the pandemic, and spend some time with your family. Whoever your family is, whether it's your fur babies, if your family happens to be your neighbor, that's great. Maybe it is your family. But just take a few minutes to enjoy the time that we have in the beautiful world that we do have. Yes, true crime is heavy. That's why once in a while, we got to set the bag down, catch our breath, so that when we pick it up, we've got fresh eyes. We're not getting numbed, desensitized, just thinking this is normal. There's nothing normal about this Jay Slater case, period. The whole not finding him with the dogs until after the body's been found, that's backwards. There's no way that should ever occur in any crime. The dog should not find the body location after the body's been found. It should be prior. It should be assumed The strongest the scent is when that first happens, not 29 days later. So I leave you with this. It's my belief that 90% of the shit we're told is BS. So discern yourself. Use your own judgment. It's right here in your belly. You'll feel it. That feels off. That feels correct. That feels wrong. Make sure you're checking in with you. Don't always, you hear about people taking advice. They're like, well, I'm single. I don't know how to get into a relationship. And they go talk to their single friends. What do? Or they talk to somebody that's had a boyfriend where it's a mess. Instead of going and talking to somebody that's been in a relationship for 50 years and he'll tell you it's hard work. I'm happily single, not looking. But I'm just saying, don't let others sway your opinion so much. I allow it to happen too. And a lot of times I got to step back and go, no, that's just off. There's nothing you can say to smooth over the icing on this horrific cake, because as soon as we slice it, it's a poop cake. It's cow patty with a bunch of icing on it. It stinks. And that's the Jay Slater case. Stinks. There's nothing smelling right about Ayub at all. Why is he now making direct contact with people on Instagram and telling you have to pay for the truth? This is sus. It seems almost criminal. It's very scary. Please don't do it. Protect yourself. I love you guys. And I will see you again very, very soon. Let me get your closing video up. Thank you incredibly much for all the likes, subscribes. We are almost hitting 30,000 subs. And when we do, I'm going to go back through and I'm going to pick somebody that says DV, Victor, right? VC giveaway. And this, I think the battery's about dead. I'm going to have to charge it. This could be yours. I'm just going to pick one random subscriber. DVC giveaway. I can't wait to do that. Also, we are going to be starting our member lives, which will be happening on Monday. I am very much looking forward to that, but we will not be leaving the general public or our beautiful subscribers behind. It's just going to be a live chat for the members, but we're going to share the entire chat with everybody, and that way nobody is left out. I appreciate you so very much, and I hope that you hug your family today. Spend some time with your loved ones. I hope you do. Love ya. To the moon and back.
When a train whistles far away, and when the cold wind blows, when the lightning in your eyes reveals the darkness in your soul, the world will be reminded of what it already knows. 'Cause the days are gonna whisper and the months are gonna talk, until the years yell out the truth. Time will tell, time will tell on you. No one may ever say a thing, but surely as the seasons change, you feel like every finger points at you, 'cause you're to blame. And the days are gonna whisper and the months are gonna talk, until the years yell out the truth. And time will tell, time will tell on you. It's gonna tell on you.